beers. Bloody
Beers
on the piss.
Yeah, and welcome back to the Bloody Brilliant Beers podcast, brought to you by Bluebet.
That's quite tough to ask. We are the Bloody Brilliant Beers. We started out reviewing craft beers on Facebook, and now we bring you the conversations that you'd more than likely hear from the front bar at your local. And for the second time today, Clutzy, where are we, mate?
Yeah, for the second time today, which is becoming a regular occurrence for us, we're at the Caxton Hotel. As we were saying before, Brisbane is crying. No Adam Reynolds, no Reece Walsh, no Payne Haas.
No Brendan Piacura.
No Brendan Piacura either. Yeah, the late mail there. And yeah, the city's responding with shit ton of rain.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I forgot to press record on the roadcaster, which is good. The two cameras are recording, which is always nice, but I'm just glad I caught it 2 minutes in and not 40 minutes in.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a disaster. But yeah, this is our On The Piss podcast. Today we're joined by a very special guest for the second time today, Julian Woods. How are you, mate?
2 minutes felt like 40 minutes. So, I'm good.
We started again.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say now because I felt like we've said it all.
We've covered it all off. No, it's great to have you back. We were saying, I think Julian came on the podcast for our OG listeners way back, maybe at the end of 2020.
Yeah.
When we were filming on a GoPro up here at the Caxton.
Talking about Zambreros being
the worst Mexican?
Yeah.
There's
one just opened up at Ashgrove.
Yeah.
No.
At West Ashgrove.
No.
So
Really?
now.
In the old Indian place?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So now, because like Guzman Gomez is like a 15-minute drive for me anywhere.
Yeah.
There's nothing else. That's now my local Mexican joint, and I've been buying it.
Oh, you've been buying it.
Like, and I hate myself every time I do it. But there's
Times have changed. Wasn't it the cold rice that you hated or something? There's something specific that you...
everything. It's so bad. And like they've just been messing up my orders like non-stop, just like because like I don't get cheese, certain things, and like there's this one Indian fella who works there, and like I'm a fellow Indian myself. I'm a quarter Indian. If anybody didn't know, you can't tell by the skin complexion, but I'm Anglo-Indian. And I just kept thinking, I was just like, this guy keeps fucking up my order. How do I get back at him without, ruining
his life?
No, not his life, my relationship with new local Mexican.
Yeah, because if you go too far, they're going to spit in your food every time you go
exactly.
there. Yeah.
So then I just waited until it was raining like this, and then I just started ordering Uber Eats so his cousins would get wet delivering it to me.
Big fan of Sombreros. We know you're a big fan of Domino's as well. Julian messages me probably once a week every time he uses our Domino's code saying that I owe him another pasito. So I think we're up to probably a carton by now.
God.
And the rest.
We'll get that to you soon, mate.
Every week I eat so much pizza, just the BBB 3DL, and I eat it all to myself like a slob. I should be the size of Klutzy with the amount of Domino's that I eat.
Well, you look great, mate. No, what we were talking about before we had to abruptly start again was...
Essentially, back in the day, as Dar said in our intro, we talk about a craft beer page that we started, and Julian used to have a character that was just like your typical stereotype of an Aussie tradie.
OG fans of the podcast will know what we're talking
fucking
about.
Hilarious. And the amount of messages that we used to get, I think your mum used to message you as well, being like...
My mum, I told Julian this yesterday. I was like, my mum used to text me being like, you can't allow that to go on. Like, people are bullying Julian. Like, it's not right.
Because I think your mum went to school with my mum at Corpus Christi or something.
Yeah.
So like, she was probably, that's what makes it funnier. Because she like personally knows me, and she's like, he can't get bullied like that.
I was like, it's an act. She's like, are you sure? I was like, yes.
Up until like still today, I get recognised for that. Like at one point in my life, there was like videos that I was doing that were getting like millions and millions of views, but in person, the thing I would get recognised the most for in Brisbane was these fucking beer reviews, and it's like. It was a private page.
Yeah,
like it's not like
group,
a thing where all these other people can fucking see it.
Yeah.
But like I think I remember the first time I saw your guys' page, I think like maybe Maddie Dearlove or someone had posted a review. Someone that I was friends with on Facebook posted a review in the group. Yeah. And I saw and they were just like blokes that I like, blokes that I'm friends with.
Yeah.
But then have seen them change into this weird like alter ego reviewing a beer. But you could tell they were being serious. They're like, yeah, mate, this pale ale, lovely summer drop, very sessionable. it's good on the tongue, mate. Anyway, guys, give him heat. Yeah, that's great. And I was just like,
Get fucked.
loser. And so then I was like, oh God, I want to do something like this. And then I think I posted a review and it was just too much of a piss take, and it was just me sitting at a bus stop, and it was like, nah, this looks like a bit like bullying. Because I'm just like taking the piss, and I was like, no, I don't want it to be like that. But I was like, so then I just started watching a bunch of them, and then I think the next week we went into lockdown or something, and I just had an Aussie flag at home, a Bunnings trade shirt that was covered in paint, and I was like, I'm on here. And then, yeah, just during the lockdown, the way that I would use my time was finding new beers so I could review them and just like getting like just the little tiny things, like being real bad at maths, being like, oh, they're like $12 a 6-pack, so that's like more than $1 a can.
My favourite part, which I still don't know if was legit or not, like obviously I know it was an act, but you used to use spoons to open the cans.
Dude, I was going to say that as well, like just the little things like that, like not wanting to open the cans because it hurts my fingers to open cans, like just open them with spoons and then being like, no bullshit talk, but then talking for like 3 minutes. But and then like my favourite one that I did was when VB released the cologne, and I went and dude, it took me about an hour to dissect this cologne bottle without like breaking it. I did break one, but luckily I bought two, and then
one for personal use,
and then tried to put it back in like the plastic, and then like just running it through and knowing that I only had one shot to pop the lid, and then doing it, and then there was still a tiny little hint of cologne in there. It was just water, and then when I've drunk it, I've tasted the cologne. So then I've started actually coughing, and then my favorite thing, I still watch it like to this day, is like when I'm like coughing and I'm like trying to squeeze one U at like mid cough, but then the comments is like the Poison's hotline, like is this bloke serious? But then like as I was saying before, I got a bit sidetracked. People would come up to me in pubs. Like I remember I was at Albion pub with my dad for lunch. He's like, "Oi mate, beers on me, mate." Ew! Like, what the fuck?
That's so funny.
People coming up to me at nightclubs like, "Oh, drinks on me," all of that. Like, dude, you're actually way different in person. Like even when you did the live show here,
so many people.
My missus dropped me off, and I'm like, I think I'll only have to do the character for like 5 minutes. And then there was people who've been like, dude, love your stuff. Like, come up, work up here. And I'm like, oh, they think it's legit.
Yeah, it's fun.
There's that smokers area there that I was just going to. Just having smoke breaks like I'm a fucking like Christmas Santa at a shopping centre. Just like, fucking sick of
Say the line. Yeah. Oh, fuck, that's so good. Fuck, the OG beer reviews used to be so good. Ryan Freeney used to do some crackers as well.
Yeah.
He'd like impersonate the accent of whatever country you got the beer from. Dude, we would get people like, because so many people would do like, you know, honest beer reviews and stuff, but every time one of us would do so, the first one would be like, when's Julian's next review coming? Like, what's he been up to?
Yeah, it'd be like only 3 weeks when I hadn't done one. And it's like, when's the king returning? And I'm like, fuck, man, like I'm getting a bit over him now.
There's only so many beers you could do.
And then like even getting like the shit beers at like Oettingers. Like, this is God's nectar, boys.
Oh, fuck, that was so good. Yeah, there's not many places you can go after doing the VB cologne, is there?
Yeah, no, like, yeah, that's the thing, because I think I might have been talking to you, being like, I heard there's like a pickle sour or something. Like, from now, it's just getting into like novelty beers, fucking bar flavored beer or some shit.
Right, we were talking the other day about it. Like, fuck, I hardly drink crafties anymore just because I don't really go out and drink too much piss. And it's so fucking expensive now.
Yeah.
But like, there was somewhere that was like a over in San Fran, some of the names of the beers were just like, fuck.
That one we got in Sanford, I think we've talked about it. We
the
like
sour.
I'm talking about the fucking triple thing we got. We were blind.
Oh, yeah.
Someone suggested it.
Yeah. So we go to this bar and I was maggot. Put the like story up of the thing. He had a chalkboard with all the specials on it, and I was like, whatever people suggest, we'll get. So I'm showing the bartender, and he's like, yeah, if you haven't been, you've got to try this one. I'm thinking we're getting some fucking cocktail here. So mate, this is what we're famous for, the local triple IPA. It's 8.5%. fucking looked like orange juice. I was like, oh my god,
Worst thing ever.
Did it taste good?
No.
it was all right, but not when you we'd had 100 beers. Like,
Yeah, that would be something.
Not when you
need
kept
on your
asking the bloke
first.
for a Long Island iced tea and he
Yeah.
said, I don't fucking do them after like the 10th time. Like, what sort of pub is it?
Anyway, it was
Ridiculous.
It was a fun time.
Yeah, San Fran seems like a weird place.
Dude, they
man.
have cars that have no drivers. It's
Yeah, I
fucked.
saw that. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, we were even talking about it before, like the 90 degrees, the fentanyl junkie.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Over there, they just have it with like a pride flag on them too.
We also saw the biggest shit I've ever seen in my life in the street in a stairwell in San Francisco. It looked like a Sombrero's burrito, but two of them. It was like,
Probably tastes the same as well. Yeah, it's cooked.
but mate, how are you? How you been? What's been happening? What are you up to?
Oh, mate, just been doing the stand up. Just filming videos with like Will and Powerfish, getting more into doing sort of like public
Yep.
dark humor stuff. Because like obviously I've got those videos with like Jackson and stuff where it's like pre-written jokes, but
Yep.
now I'm gonna try and just sort of like shock the public by just going up to random, not saying jokes, but just like sort of pushing the boundaries sort of shit. Like that one that I uploaded where it's like that dude's dick's been cut off and like
Did you see that
In the
one?
car park.
Oh.
Yeah.
sent the whole shopping center into a frenzy. Like
Yeah.
cops called, but like the main thing that I'm focusing on is the stand up. But obviously to promote the stand up and that, I've got to do the social media stuff.
Yep.
Just like sort of. I don't know. I'm just experimenting. I'm just
Trying to find myself.
I'm just trying to find myself. Fucking. I don't know, but yeah. At the end of the day, it's just standing up on a stage, telling jokes about kids.
Anything. Mate, I'm actually curious to know, how do you get into stand up? Like, is it something you always wanted to do?
Yeah,
or is
yeah,
it
it's definitely something that I always wanted to do. Like, I don't know, like in Australia, doing like, I'd say like performing arts, like show business
Yeah.
sort of stuff. It's very I wouldn't say unique. It's just something that you wouldn't.
yeah.
It's not like a normal thing.
Yeah, it's not
to
a
people to
normal
go
thing,
into,
and it's like something like there's a lot of tall poppy syndrome over here. Very
Yeah.
easy to get judged, and like I always knew that like I get the most happiness from making people laugh.
Yeah.
and I get an even bigger happiness from making people laugh and then feel bad about it.
Yeah. yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, there's like you could make TV shows, sketch comedy, and all that, but then like when I watch stand up, I'm just like, fuck, that looks so good because you're performing live to people, and it's just like instead of doing it online or just hearing reviews or comments about it, it's face to face.
Yeah.
So then like I was like, fuck, I've always wanted to do that. And then you look and you're like, oh, all the stand up comics, they're from like late 20s to like 60.
Yeah.
Like you can do this your whole life.
Yeah.
Like just you've obviously got to keep being funny your whole life, but like
As long as you can stand up.
but then, yeah, of course. Most of them sit down on stools anyway. But no, but like you look at Chris Lilly right now. Like he couldn't play some of the characters that he used to play, not
Yep.
because of like him, a lot of the stuff getting cancelled or
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
stuff, just because he's like physically aging.
Yep.
So it's like
He
you've
couldn't
got to,
play a
like,
high school kid anymore.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, but it doesn't matter how much you age. You can always just be yourself as a comedian. You don't need to put on a character. Like you are putting on a character on like during stand up. Like there'll be
Like it's a performance.
yeah, it's a performance. Like I'll be like purposely putting myself like left wing, right wing, like
Yeah.
like pedo almost.
Yeah.
To like the complete opposite, all just to get the laugh.
Yeah.
You know, so it is like a bit of an act, but it's Julian Woods. It's not like
You're dressing up in a
Jonah
costume.
from
and-
Tonga.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah.
for sure. And what's it like? Like you talked about performing on stage, like, and I guess getting that feedback live. Do you change your show much? Like, obviously, I'm guessing you have. You know, these are the jokes. I'm going to run all the standard run shit or
yeah.
whatever. But like, depending on the crowd, do you?
Yeah, it's rough, man. Like, because for me, like, obviously my stuff is like extremely dark. Like, there's Anthony Jeselnik, like Ricky Gervais, Jimmy Carr, who do dark stuff. But mine's, I would say, like a whole lot dark. It's like just a whisker short of hate speech.
Yeah.
No, but like doing that, and especially like, so I'm like not allowed at certain comedy clubs,
Yeah.
right? Just because like down at Sit Down Comedy Club behind the stage, it says do not use the word cunt.
Yeah.
And like I just know that if I ever went there, the first thing I'd do would be like, "G'day, cunts!"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
There's a sign back there that told him not allowed to use this word.
yeah,
but fuck you, cunts.
yeah. So like, I hate like people trying to suppress people and like I what's the fucking? Sorry, my brain's all. Fuck, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not free speech.
Just being able to like express yourself and
It'll come. I don't know how I didn't fucking think of that. But yeah, no, like, Ed, when I go to like, so I do a lot of it at this club in West End, and they're great blokes down there, but it is in West End, so it's a bit hard to tell these dark jokes at like an open mic night where I want to test them for my show.
Yep.
But I look at the room and it's like a room full of greenies and like 60-year-old women drinking wine. And I'm like, they're not going to like these jokes.
And they're probably not going to be the ones buying tickets to your Dark Humour show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then like I've got to walk this fine line where it's like, okay, I've written all these jokes. I want to test these jokes. Like usually you only get about 5 to 7 minutes, like a set. So then like I'll be like, oh, this joke for my show's 10 minutes. I'll compress it down to like the best little tiny bits, 2 minutes with another 3 of them to make like 6 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And I want to test them, but then I'll go down there and like I'd say I've only bombed probably like once or twice. Bomb meaning like not done well, like no laughs, real fuck.
Not a terrorist attack.
No, definitely not. Even I do like them, but like, but yeah, no, like, and then just going out there and just like, instead of laughs, it's just of people wanting to laugh, but then like, and I know that those noises translate to laughs to my audience, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't want to publicise that I'm down there because then I don't want like a rent-a-crowd sort of thing. I don't want people from my social media to come down and be like, oh, Julian Woods is performing here.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the other comedians like who are also on have to like do their jokes to a crowd that just likes fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And then I sort of want the honest feedback as well because sometimes I'll do jokes that make everybody laugh, you know, and they're like, but then there was this one time it went real bad, man. Like I was opening for my mate who he got me into it. So like when I decided I wanted to do it, instead of like using my following and just doing shows straight away, I was like, no, I want to get good at this.
Yeah.
So I like hit up this guy that I met through a friend who was like a stand-up comic opening for people. And he's like showed me around the clubs and he has a bit of a dark sense of humor too. And he's like, oh, do you want to open for my hour? Like I'm doing it at the club. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, oh, fuck, he does dark jokes. Like not as dark as mine and his is a different style. But I was like, oh, this is a perfect crowd for me.
Yeah.
I was wrong. Hugely wrong. So I'm like standing out the front. And I remember my first bit was like that I was going to open up with was about plus size models.
Yeah.
And how we should ban them.
Yeah.
And and I was like, oh, this is going to kill. Like just the way that I've written it and like the wording that I had for it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so well polished. This can't go wrong. And what I didn't see was that every person, like I should have just kept an eye on the crowd walking in because when I've gotten on stage, the first thing that I've seen and noticed was the crowd was 80% fat white women. So I was like, oh.
They're going to love this.
Oh. So then I've just started off and I'm like, like.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Thanks,
Heard it here first. This will come out tomorrow, so it'll be old news. But anyway,
what was I saying?
Walked out.
So you walked out.
Oh, yeah,
80%,
yeah. So I've walked out, seen like a plus size crowd of women, and I was like, oh god, like, what am I gonna do here? So I was like, I've got to do it because like.
Did you have anything else prepared? Like,
not really. There's stuff I could have, but I was like, nah. Like, that's a massive thing that a lot of comedians have said to me is like, don't let them scare you. Like if I've got a joke about like Asians and the front row's Asian, don't not say it.
Yeah.
But so I've just started off and I think I was just like, oh, well, like James is a bit dark, but let's start off the show lightly, yeah? Plus size models, do we need them? And then like, and then they're sort of like looking and then I was like, okay, double down. So I was like, I don't like using the term plus size models because, you know, there's a bit of a stigma behind it. I much prefer calling them how they are, you know? Photogenic fat cunts.
Did you just get crickets?
It was just like, skinny people going,
But the rest of the crowd's
and
just
and then the rest of the crowd were burping.
got the pitchforks and shit.
No, but it was just like so much tension, man, and I was just like, oh.
Did you feel like just crawling up? I couldn't think of anything worse.
No, you do, but then you're like, you can't let them see that. So then, like, and I was like, oh, okay, let's quickly get off the plus size model bit now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the rest of it because it only gets worse. And then I was like, oh, what'll make them better? And I was like, okay, let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein's Island.
Yeah,
and
perfect.
And how funny it would be if fucking Stephen Hawking was on it.
Yeah.
By the way, I've been telling that bit for about 2 years.
Yeah, because it was on that other podcast.
Yeah. So I said, I've been doing this joke on stage for about 2 years where I'm like, oh, how funny would it have been if Stephen Hawking was on Jeffrey Epstein's Island?
Yeah.
And then one morning I woke up and looked on Twitter.
Yeah.
And that joke fell straight into my lap, sort of like those kids would have to Stephen. But then like, yeah, no, dude, it was fucked because like people who had seen it were like, oh, what do you know that we don't know?
Yeah.
And I'm
what?
like, yeah, okay, like, no, I wasn't.
No, it's just that like
it was just a funny thing. Like I wasn't going to Epstein's Island to get massages.
As if they'd invite you.
I was there getting head.
Because I've seen that clip. I don't know what the podcast is called. Bobby Lee and the other dude. Like they've fucking flogged
Bad
that.
Friends?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, they've flogged that to death. That same bit that Stephen Hawking's on the island.
Yeah.
I've seen 100 clips of it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, because like, I think I remember seeing like an article saying that he was on there for a charity event or something.
Yeah, right.
And being like, how funny would it be? Da 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 da.
Yeah.
And then when it came out, I was just like, oh, this is gold.
Yeah.
So then now I've just got so much more to do it.
Yeah, built a show around it.
But yeah, so like, yeah, doing the dark stuff is hard down at these places. But then there's stuff that I'll write and I'll be like, this is going to work. And then I'll just have to rehearse it, in the mirror with a microphone like a loser.
Yeah.
Sort of like a 16-year-old kid with a dream to sing or something.
Yeah,
just
rapper.
But, yeah, like there's some that, I just could never perform anywhere else other than my show that's labelled Make Dark Humour Great Again with like content warnings.
Yeah.
And like there's even like, I won't say the name of the actual venue, but they, like we just booked my tour. And as soon as they've like looked me up, they've sent me an email. Hang on. I think that word that I was trying to get before that I couldn't think of,
We'll come up with this.
Yeah.
Do you get much kickback from the venue, or what venues you can go to now?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Censorship, that's the...
Yeah.
But they were like, the so-and-so strives to be a home for the creative good life for all people. Although we do not support censorship as a general principle, one of our foremost aims is to create a space where people of all races, genders and sexualities feel safe to enjoy the artists we have the privilege of hosting. Before your performance with us, please ensure you've communicated any necessary warnings before your show so that audiences can decide for themselves whether the content is suitable for them or not. Our stance is if you need to punch up, not down.
Okay.
So I cancelled my shows with them and booked somewhere else. But
fucking hell.
Yeah, like as Clutzy said, do you get much blowback? Like obviously you're not obviously these jokes are around dark topics and taboo topics, but it's not like who you are as a person and what you believe.
Yeah, no, of
like
course.
it's obviously to make people laugh.
Yeah, there's certain things that I'll just like never joke about, and but there's also stuff that I'd say that you'd be like, oh, you won't joke about that, but you joke about that. But the thing is, like, a lot of it, I'll use almost sort of like past traumas or like people that I know who have experienced it. Because like the thing that no matter what happens to me that's bad, I'll always find laughter or humor out of it to make myself feel better.
Yeah.
But fuck, what was the original question? I keep going on fucking tangents.
Do you like, I was just saying how like obviously the things you joke about and write your jokes about, you don't believe in, and like you're not a bad person, but do you get much blowback from...
Oh yeah, that's right, the blowback.
Yeah.
Yes, so like at one of the clubs that I go to, I think I copped like a 3-week ban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, I think they just had new investors in for the actual comedy club who were like running certain things. And I came down and I was like doing this one bit, and there was like one line in it where like it was based off a true story, but I made it too much based on a true story, and I didn't change one line, which is a bit fucked.
Yep.
Because that's one thing that you sort of like as a comic you get a bit confused about is when you're like writing something that's true.
Yeah.
And like just say the punchline's a bit extended, that you forget to like change. You're allowed to change all the minor details and shit.
Yeah.
And like I told this one thing and like everybody laughed at the joke. It like went off. But then one of the guys who ran it just like obviously it was a touchy subject for him. And then like I think some of the others were a touchy subject for one or two people in the crowd out of like 3% out of the 100% of people who were there.
Yeah.
And they've all gone, complained, all that sort of shit, which I usually would not give a fuck about.
Yeah.
But then they're like, oh, we're going to lose our fucking
Investment,
da-da-da-da-da. So I was like, yeah, fair enough. But then like I sort of just went off and I was just like, man, like the censorship thing, I just hate it. So it's like, that's why like... Yeah, people usually tend to leave me alone when it comes to that, like the people who work at stuff, because like it's not like I'm saying it out of pocket, or like without like a good punchline or anything like that.
Yeah,
but like it's just like you just shouldn't joke about that, and I'm like, man, I'm not saying like the N word or something. I'm not coming out and just spitting straight like
racist things.
Nothing like that. Like I'm building them up. Like just because you don't like the topic doesn't mean that it's a bad joke or like it's...
And it's a performance, like we were saying before.
Exactly. So then like, and I get really like heated about that sort of stuff. And it was more like my kickback that got me the ban for the 3 weeks.
Not the actual joke.
Don't say this, don't say that. And there has been times when I've been told, oh yeah, man, this week, let's take this out of your set. And I'm like, well, that was my whole set.
Yeah, that's the best parts.
And I'm like, God. So then like I'm going and trying to do a set and then I'm thinking in my head, oh, should I not say? And then I'll just do a terrible set because I'm walking on eggshells. So then I've just gone back to being like, fuck everyone. I'm just...
And it's not like you're quiet about what you're going to say either. Like anyone that searches up your social media will immediately know what they're getting into. And like people don't have to be there if they don't want to be.
Exactly, man.
So
and that's the
suck
thing,
it up.
especially at those like open mic nights. It's like there's like 10 comics on every night. If you don't like me, there's 9 other fucking comics you can listen to who will have jokes about coffees in West End for you. Like
almond lattes and shit.
It's just like man. But yeah, like there's certain ones that like no matter how dark they are, like everyone finds them funny. But it's just like obviously depends on like the delivery and shit like that. But then like it's pretty funny. Like some of the jokes, if you strip them down essentially to what they are, they're horrific. Like, and you're just like, oh, I just laughed at a joke about that. And you're like, well, I sort of distracted you from it.
But that's sort of, I was going to say, that's what comedy's there for, is to distract you from some of the fucked things. Like, I know, for example, like some people that have worked in, as like paramedics and stuff like that, like they will make jokes about what they've just seen as a coping mechanism.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think there's definitely a place for the dark humour, and it's fucking... I think it's great you're out there trying to do it. It's awesome, bro. Are there many other people in Australia that are doing the dark humour stuff?
Like there's people who say dark, but it's not, man. Like I'd say like... If I
it's like nightlight in the corner of the bedroom.
Yeah, dude, if my skin tone was how dark my humor is, I'd be Usain Bolt. And I think like all the other people who say I'm a dark humor comedian, like even the ones from overseas, I'd say their skin tone would still be like Conor McGregor's. Like I don't care about treading carefully or anything like that, because like the thing is you can only get cancelled for something you're willing to be cancelled about. I'm not saying anything that's like, oh, like you can try to, but the thing is like they're all jokes. I don't mean a single thing of it, and there's like obviously the intent of the joke, the subject of the joke, all is what it's about, and like what you can and can't get in trouble for. But it's like I'm doing it properly, whether you like the topics or not. Like, think about like what was on television 20 years ago, like The Chaser. That was one of the best TV shows ever. Like Summer Heights High, and now all of that shit is cancelled. Like I remember The Chaser had a segment that they got like a 1 week suspension off the air for, and it was Make a Realistic Wish Foundation. Like, make a realistic wish because they're just going to die anyway.
Dude, even I saw a clip the other day on Facebook from the Footy Show. It was Bo Ryan dressed up as Benji Marshall. Like, even that shit wouldn't fucking fly today.
The Footy Show used to be the most wild show on television, like in the 90s and stuff.
Even what Matty Johns is doing now, Fletch and Hindy, like, obviously it's nowhere near what it used to be, but I guarantee you in 20 years' time we'll be going, fuck, how did Fletch and Hindy get away with doing that sort of shit?
Bro, it's nuts, man. And that's the whole reason for my tour is Make Dark Humour Great Again. Like, I'm sort of like marketing it like I'm Trump.
Yeah.
And because like it's 2024, the election.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm trying to do, man, because it's just like I just get so sick of seeing like just television these days is just so PG and it's just so broad.
Yeah.
And like it's just everything's just been like Disneyfied.
Yeah.
You know, like everything's just Disney this, Disney that, like just absolute
Sunshine and lollipops.
Yeah, it's just terrible television, and it's just like I'll say something that's not even that bad, and they'll be like, "Oh, you can't say that," and I'm like, "You can." And like 20 years ago, people on television used to say much worse.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's just fucking. It's like people just like who take offense. It's so like so many different areas where people could take offense and like different broad spectrums of it, because like I could tell a joke that involves like a kid, people would be like, "Ooh," but then they're like, Christians would be like, "Oh yeah, I love that joke," like I love that joke. But then I'll go to like a Catholic and I'll be like, "Why doesn't God like ice cream?" And he'd be like, "Where are you going with this one, cunt?"
Yeah.
Because he doesn't exist. And then they'll be like, "Oh no!" Like the biggest, the biggest fucking clapback I've had for any joke was a joke about Jesus. And I think I receive about 1,000 emails, DMs a day.
Really?
It's still like
Holy shit.
And it's about a joke that I said where it was just like, why did Jesus get so much pussy? Because he was hung like this. And it's like, it's a funny thing. He was hung like that. He's on the side of every fucking church building like that. Can you imagine like if other religions did that, or if a religion popped up? Like that's essentially someone dead hanging. Can you imagine if it was just like a single mother with a packet of prescription pills like nailed to the side of a church? Like how different that would look in other situations. So
it's
weird,
fucked.
but like that's a funny joke.
Yeah, exactly
like,
right.
He was, but then it's also me saying he had a massive one.
I can't believe people DM you about that.
That
Tens of thousands of emails, DMs, everything.
funny.
It's nuts.
Mate, tell us a bit more about the tour. When is it? Where is it?
So the tour, I think, when's this come out?
Tomorrow.
Oh, shit, tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think tickets will go on sale next week.
Yep.
So, like, if you're not around, it's Julian Woods on Instagram or julianwoods.au/shows to keep updated with that. But the tour will be in July. I think it kicks off 5th of July in Perth at the Brisbane Hotel, and then it finishes here the 14th of July at the Princess Theatre.
Nice.
For the special taping. But dude, the Princess Theatre, man, that'd be such a good big.
Yeah.
Like, got to sell a lot of tickets, but like I'm so keen, and it's just like, man, after like a year, 2 years of just like writing all these jokes in my bedroom and saying them to 60-year-old lefties at West End, now I can finally say them to my people. I don't know how to say it, but like, you know, now I can finally say it to people who want to hear it. To people who want to hear it and are going for that.
Yeah.
Because like,
you've literally been preparing for this particular scenario. Yeah. Fuck, that's awesome.
And what sort of shit can they expect? Obviously, it's going to be dark. But
the darkest comedy you've ever heard, just shy of hate speech.
such a good tagline.
I'm going to say it's the best tagline.
No, but there's heaps of stuff. Plus size models, religion, kids, adults.
Something for everyone.
Make kidnapping great again. Heaps of shit. No, because the whole point of that is I want Stranger Danger to make its comeback.
Yeah.
I feel like kids are they're too spoilt these days.
Right, you remember? I remember back in the day, you used to almost every night on the news, it'd be like there was a white van parked outside this school,
dude,
and it's like,
dude, it was nuts, and it was like all the big public thingos. You know what ended up like all the big cases.
Yeah,
we know what happened to them. Like they were found years later in pieces.
Yeah,
and then you've got recent ones where it's like, oh, the girl was found safe in a room with Bratz dolls.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, so imagine me going to school after just getting kidnapped and everybody's like, Julian, like, what happened? What happened? I was like, oh, it was terrible. The guy had a skate park in his backyard. So you got to like kidnappers need to start, making kidnapping great again. So the kids are alert.
Yeah.
And like these parents need to,
drum in the stranger danger.
The front door of my house growing up was stranger danger. Like, don't open the door. All that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard stranger danger in a long time. Maybe it's because I'm a fully grown man. But
Exactly. Makes you think.
it really does make you think.
I bet you said because I'm a fully grown man. I don't need stranger danger anymore. They need it for me.
Yeah, we've been training at Nitro, so we should be right.
Yeah. How's the boxing going? Do you guys have nicknames yet?
Mate.
No, not as such.
Can I suggest some?
Yeah.
Schooner and Pint. Schooner and Mega Jug.
Mega jug and pot.
Oh my God.
7 ounce.
That would be so
Schooner. Darcy. Schooner. Get in.
That would be pretty funny.
Josh. Mega Jug.
That is quite good. No, it's been going good, mate. We've been training pretty hard, but I'm fucking ready for the fight to be over. Right? Like, come and go. Just get sick of getting punched in the head.
I think you had some zinc on to go out and play cricket. But
Nah,
it's
just a bruised nose.
the
You know the worst thing about it is, so this happened on Thursday night, and my nose has just been full of dried blood ever since. Easily the worst part is sleeping.
You should get some of those tapes that go
Yeah,
over your nose that open.
Yeah, because I just keep waking up on my back, and obviously I can't breathe through my nose, so I've got the driest fucking mouth, and I can't sleep.
breathe.
Literally, like my girlfriend keeps
Catching
waking me up because
flies.
I'm fucking snoring. I'm like, I can't fucking inhale through my nose. But other than that, it's been good. Marty and Michael at the same gym, so that's
wild.
probably pretty much who is responsible for my nose. Shout out to Marty.
Yeah. That's nuts how it wasn't swapped around.
Yeah, I
feel like
know.
you should have been sparring.
It was
Marty.
fun.
Yeah, I rocked up late, so it's probably my fault. But anyway,
No, I
Yeah,
was
that was
just-
your punishment.
yeah.
I was just
probably.
walking in circles.
Yeah. But no, it's
waiting
good,
to
mate.
Be
It's
told
good.
where to go. Yeah, it's been good fun though. But yeah, keen as fuck for
What's
it
your
to be over.
prediction?
Oh,
I reckon
dude.
you're going to knock someone. I don't even know who you're fighting. I reckon Glatzy's going to knock
I've got a bit of a
some
weight
cunt
difference.
Ask him the weight difference.
What's the weight difference?
I'm currently 46 kilos heavier.
You're 46 kilos heavier.
Yeah,
He weighs 89 and Clutzy's 135 or something.
yeah,
You're fighting someone my
Yeah.
size.
yeah. Pretty fucked, eh?
We're fighting. The people we're fighting are the same size,
Yeah,
and one's
so-
got the mega jug and the other's got a scooter.
Can you bet on it?
Yeah,
yeah, it'll be with Bluebet. Yeah,
Like, put in the house and fucking
Yeah, so-
knockout.
yeah.
Is that legal?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I shouldn't
apparently.
speak on it, nah, just in case someone's like, oh yeah, we need to stop this.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, fuck, there's no one else because I'm just a big fat cunt. There's literally no
There's
one
no one
else
for you to
out there.
spar at the gym, is there?
Nah, nah.
the
There's
coach.
a few of the bigger fellas, yeah. The bloke who's been training me, Jerry, he's a fucking legend. He's a bit of a bigger lad. So, yeah, he's been getting into me a bit, which has been good. But it's fucking different boxing. She's a different beast.
Dude, I remember when I first started boxing and it was like I could easily run like 5-10 kilometers like at a steady pace, be like a bit dead. Man, I was fucking 10 times more dead after doing 3-minute rounds of boxing the first time I did it. I was fucking throwing my liver up. You know, like I had fucking organs coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
What the fuck
Our
is
first
this?
session was on a Friday. On the Monday, I did a half marathon. Like, just went out and did it for training. Like, just no
Just cash.
event. Yeah, just went and did it. I was like, yeah, I'll be sweet for this boxing session on Friday. I literally vomited like halfway through it. It's so
It's
fast.
fucked.
It's like focus, like sort of like using your brain.
And
then,
the
like,
best thing about it is that, like, when you're gassed and you're really tired, it's all good because you can just take a break and get punched in the face. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like you're on a run and you're like, oh, I'm really tired, I'll just walk for a minute. Because if you stop, you literally just get bashed and can't breathe through your nose for 4 days.
No, it's
It's a fucking cunt of a thing, eh?
wild.
I've said it multiple times on the podcast before, but after our first Tuesday night boxing 101 session, the trainer was like, you play footy, hey? I was like, yeah. He goes, yeah, a bit of different coordination between footy and boxing. And I was like, if that's
like,
a cunt telling me I
sixth grade
suck, I'm like, fuck me. But no, it's going
humbling.
good.
It's humbling, eh?
It's very humbling. I think that's probably the biggest thing is how humbling it is.
And it's so easy to tell, like, who, like, experience difference and the ability difference is like, you know what I mean? Like you could put someone of maybe not an NRL field, but like you put someone on a footy field
you
and
put a 6th grade player into 3rd grade and it'd be like
exactly right. Yeah, but if you put some amateur box like me,
Darcy, go spar Isaac Hardman tomorrow.
yeah, I would die.
That would be fucked.
Yeah, but it's not even Isaac Hardman. It's Spar Marty. That's bad enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the difference between amateur and pro is fucked.
Oh, amateur and
wild.
fucking everyone else, mate. Something else I actually wanted to ask. This is fucking a bit roundabout. We probably should have gone into this early, but how do you get involved with working with, like you mentioned, Will and Powerfish before? I know you've done some stuff with Cursor and that sort of stuff. Like I remember one day, I didn't know that you had done stuff with Cursor. Like obviously I knew you and knew him, but didn't know that you'd done stuff together. And I think I was scrolling on Instagram or something, and you're on his live with like headphones up your nose, like pretending to be in hospital.
Yeah,
or something.
I think that was during COVID as well.
Yeah.
I think that was like for his album rollout because like we were like, we got to do some funny lives, man. And then like I think the week before his album came out, it was just like me being this one character, and then just like saying I got diagnosed with AIDS because I listened to a Seth Sentry CD or some shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like slowly progresses to me being in hospital with headphones up my nose. And like, dude, even with that, there's some idiots out there who believe that was real. Like,
it was literally like before AirPods, like headphones,
Apple headphones
with the cord up his nose,
and then just like a laptop playing beep, 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 beep. But no, the way that I always was involved with like the local hip hop scene here, like managed a few rappers and stuff, and then like also did the videography and that, and then this one guy that I knew was selling beats like as a producer to one of Cursor's best mates, JUF, and then Cursor was in town, he was playing at the Hi-Fi, and they hit us up and were like, oh, we need some people to take photos, are you keen to take photos? And I was like, oh yeah, sweet. So then I went and met him and just did like photos and videos for his show, and then didn't really meet him or anything because he was sort of like, I don't know, it was like sort of A-list of aura sort of thing, like just got ushered off onto his own thing, didn't really talk to any of the supports or anything that much, like was just upstairs into the green room. And then when I was sending the photos across, he just like followed me, and then we just chat here and there. Then the next year he was like, oh, do you want to come film my shows? And now I play fucking Grand Theft Auto with him on PlayStation every second day. It just progressed through that. I was just doing video work for him, and then it was like the tours. Then I started doing his music videos, and then it was just just
got AIDS.
Got AIDS. Listening to Seth Sentry, and
That's so fun.
And then we just became mates, and now like me, him, our friend Sheldon and Jay just have this fucking footy tipping thing. Yeah, I've won last year by I think like 20 points or some shit. Fuck. I'm in the lead this year. And then, we just play like Grand Theft Auto and FIFA and stuff.
That's so
like,
fuck yeah.
Having the wonderful, glamorous life of like a stand-up comedian / micro-influencer, whatever the fuck you want to call us. And then I get to stay home and play fucking games most days.
Living the dream.
Yeah. How good's GTA? I only picked it up again I bought a new Xbox, and I was like, fuck it, I haven't played this since Xbox 360.
Man,
so I was like, wow, this thing has changed so much.
Dude,
I'm trying to build my online empire. Yeah.
You have like a whole second life.
We go on there and it's just like, oh yeah, let's go kill other players, guys. And I'm just like, nah, and I'm just down at like the hair salon just hitting fucking women. No, but it's crazy, man. Like I don't know how the game's not banned yet.
Yeah,
but like I can't wait for Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, it's in the works.
Just another year.
What about Will and Powerfish? How did that come about? I've seen you do a bit of stuff with him recently.
So I was working with Marty and Michael, and then I decided to like go off and just start focusing on like the stand up and all that, like my own, because
you were mainly editing and stuff for them. Hey, like
I was filming and editing their website content, so it was like just the exclusive, real fucked up shit that was like borderline scat porn. Yeah, but yeah, so like I was doing that, and then pretty much like the way that they said it was that like I was ready to fly the nest. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So then I just started doing that, but then like Willem also had stories up saying looking for a videographer and stuff, and I was just like, oh, well, if it's more casual, I can do that. Because with Marty and Michael, they run a tight ship. It's like Monday to Friday, like a 9 to 5, certain days. And it's just like, especially with all the overwhelming stuff of what I'm doing, it was hard to keep that routine.
Hard to like build your own thing while that was happening 9 to 5. Yeah.
And then, but yeah, Willem's is like very casual, like
just like a random day going.
Yeah, it'll just be like, he'll call me like, oh, what days do you have this week? And I'll be like, oh, fucking doing Bloody Brilliant Beers, fucking podcast Tuesday, and then we'll film Wednesday.
Yep.
Be like, yeah, sick.
Yeah, nice.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Fucking oath.
Crazy. Fingers in all the pies.
Yeah. Just, finger smashing all the pies. I keep having these random mind blanks. I took an endone before for a migraine, and it's just,
That's all right. That's just me when I have nothing.
Yeah, it's just one bit of my brain, and I just constantly end up there every 4 minutes, it seems. And I'm like, what am I doing?
Where am I?
Who are these guys?
I feel like you've been sparring at the gym.
Yeah, dude, that's literally what it feels like.
Can relate.
Oh, it's good. So after the tour, mate, you got any plans? Are you going to keep it Oz or?
Yeah, so like I think I'm going to go dip my toes in America and UK, because I know, like, I think on TikTok, I think 51% of my fan base is from America.
Yeah,
hectic.
Like, so that's like 300, more than 300.
That's pretty crazy when you
people.
think about it.
It is nuts because, like, on TikTok I've got like just over 700,000 people on there now, and which means more than 350,000 of them are from America.
Yeah.
And then like I think Instagram could almost be the same. I think America's my number one country. Then it's, I think Australia and UK are almost tied on everything. So I think I have the same fan base in UK that I do here
in Australia, which is wild.
But like I think my social proof and like my pull would probably be more here, just because it's like all my friends are all Aussies. Anybody who would share my stuff would be Aussies.
Yeah.
And I've been on like video calls, not video calls, like live streams with like American creators and stuff on Twitch. And I've made jokes to them, and they're like,
Oh.
What the?
and I'm like, what? And they're like, oh, you guys are fucked, man. Like, oh, okay. Like, and then like, I think places like Nashville and Austin and all that are probably not the places you want to be.
Yeah.
Making people very offended because like, I don't want to get shot.
I was gonna say they got guns over there. Yeah.
Not fun.
No.
Like over here, what's like someone's just gonna throw a cup at you or try to glass you with a bottle of Crown Lager or something.
Bring it on, bro.
Yeah. But no, definitely plan on getting overseas. Like UK, I'm definitely keen for because they pretty much share the exact same sense of humor as us. And I've just like, it's a fucking long way. Have you guys been to like UK, Europe?
Yeah. Yeah,
I haven't.
Long plane
I haven't.
trip.
Yeah, my biggest fear is flying though. That's like,
right.
I just hate not being in control.
Yeah.
Like, if I was flying the plane, good as gold. But just the fact that you can't, and you're just like you're more likely to die in a car crash.
Yeah.
But like in a car crash, it's like you're dead.
Yeah.
Whereas in a plane, for 15 minutes before you hit the ground, like fuck that, bro.
Yeah. That would be a bad 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But Air New Zealand, mate. We flew there on the way to Vegas. Great food, Wi-Fi.
Air New Zealand.
Yeah.
You flew Air New Zealand to America.
To San Fran, yeah. So we had to go via Auckland, but yeah. Apart from our flight getting cancelled on the way home, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I said, bro, because I remember I looked up, it was like you guys were going to San Fran. And I this is so funny. So, like, I just had this weird thing where I love tracking flights. Whenever I know people are going somewhere. I had a flight, a United Airlines flight, up in one of my computer tabs that I thought you guys were on, that I was tracking over the course of like a day. Just like while I was working, I'd be like, oh, let's see where they are. I probably have screenshots on my phone of like when it was like, oh, that plane landed. Like,
safely.
And I was almost gonna fucking send it to you. Thank God I didn't. Would have been like, wrong flight, champ. Like,
yeah, no, we went via
Remember
Auckland.
next time I have to send you the flight number.
Yeah. we talked about that, how there's people that track flights and shit.
So your cousin, bro, is obsessed with planes. He tracks them all the time.
He asked us to send him photos
Tom,
and shit.
Tom.
Yeah.
Loves that
Runs
shit.
in the family.
Yeah, must. Yeah, yeah. Well, like, whenever my girlfriend goes overseas or like any of my friends are going overseas, I'm just like putting it in, and I've got like I pay for it, bro, and I can see like the 3D model of the plane in the air, and I can like like pinch around and be like, oh look, they can see Uluru. Like, oh, this is what it looks like in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean at this time.
Water.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Fucking hell.
Oh, fucking hell. That's too
it's
good.
so funny.
Well,
That's
mate.
so embarrassing. The wrong flight. I'll show you after the show. I definitely have screenshots.
Mate, I know you plugged it before. You want to give one more plug where people can get tickets to go and see
Right,
this
sweet.
show?
Yeah, make Dark Humour Great Again. July. I've just hit that space in my brain where the end owner's fucking
Taking control.
blank spacing me. Anyway, yeah, July 2024, Make Dark Humour Great Again tour, julianwoods.au/shows. Come laugh and make other people feel and stuff like that. So buy a fucking ticket so I can get brain surgery or
this hole.
medication.
No, we'll make sure we share the tickets and stuff when they're on sale next week.
I've
So
got
keep an eye.
CTE. Like, what's happened, man? It's just like the longer
bright
it's gone
lights.
on,
Like Nathan.
Does this
I
make
think it's all these fucking, like, I'm like getting a bit nauseous. I need to look through 4 different polls to look at you guys.
Look at the schooner and mega jug.
Oh, I love that. Love that.
No, thank you very much for coming on, mate. Always a pleasure. And yeah, look
thanks
forward
for having
to
me,
seeing
guys.
what you do next.
Fucking oath. Keen to come along and watch.
Yeah.
Give them heaps. Yeah, come on, yeah, fucking come along to the
Yeah,
Princess Theatre.
fucking oath.
Oath
Yeah.
we will.
It's on a Sunday too, so just get fucking.
Well, we didn't have work job on Monday, so and it'll be after the fight. So
Oh, we can get sloshed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Give them heaps.